Solana has evolved. Solana gets a lot of traction. In the last weeks, more and more transactions are taking place. And the big question is Solana potentially replacing Ethereum now? Let's have a look at how much longer this rally can last. Let's have a look at relative valuations. Let's have a look at on-chain data. Let's have a look at all the juicy things that might predict the price. Now today we are up by 9% roughly. This month we almost doubled, and this year we increased by more than 8x. But here's the thing, Solana is very cyclical as well. We had our massive bear markets, a drop from $250 all the way below $10, and now we're getting closer to that all-time high again. That's in the price. But let's have a look at the same time window, not at the price, but at the market cap. That's already at an all-time high. And the reason why the market cap is at an all-time high, while the price isn't yet, is token inflation. There's more Solana tokens floating today than in 2021. And so that's then how that looks like over time. This is the circulating supply of Solana. We had some massive unlocks at the beginning of 2021, and now we're simply creeping up. Here are the unlocks explained in more detail, and what's creeping up here is simply labeled inflation. That's currently at 5.4% and reduces by 15% per year. Now the reduction won't happen forever. So that's how this looks like over time. We are now decreasing in inflation. We will taper off at 1.5%. And that's pretty much the entire story regarding Solana's supply. Now the big question for the price is of course the demand, right? We're looking at supply versus demand. The intersection determines the price. So where could the demand in the end go? This is the TVL of Solana, or how much capital is currently bound up on the Solana blockchain. We had a peak in the prior bull run at 10 billion. Now we are at roughly 4 billion. We are recovering quite a bit. Now this is in US dollars. Here's the same in SOL tokens. So what that means is that some of the recovery is simply just SOL price recovery. But then since middle of November, even measured in SOL, we are going up quite a bit. We pretty much doubled. So there's two effects here why the capital on the Solana chain is increasing. First of all, the SOL price is increasing, but also more SOL gets deposited. Or let's say more assets measured in SOL get deposited, right? USDC, USDT gets bridged over. And so among the top 10 blockchains, Solana actually grew the most in the last month. The total value locked grew by 86%. The Binance Smart Chain also grew quite a bit, but simply just compare those numbers. This is pretty impressive. Now, where does all that growth come from? If you've been following the trends a bit, if you've been using Solana, you know the answer to that. You know why there's so many transactions, so much total value locked now on Solana, don't you? The answer is in the chart behind me. It's pretty much 100% meme coin trading. This is the tokens on the Solana chain ordered by their liquidity pool size. So how much capital is in each token? Number 1 is now Slurf. Number 2 is Smallcoin. Number 3 is Book of Meme, Snap, Dog with Head, Moonkey, Cat Intelligence, blah, blah, blah. I don't have to continue here. Solana turned into a meme coin casino. Some people are simply just gambling. Others are using data, trying to time the market a bit better than the average. There's all kinds of approaches, but the use case is pretty clear. We know what Solana is used for. Just have a look at this, right? And the names aren't even that original. So let's have a look at this on-chain activity. Let's look at what kind of transactions are being done. How is the momentum developing? Because in the end, the more people, the more users are using Solana and the more trading happens, the more demand we will also see for SOL, right? Because very often you're simply just trading between SOL and the meme coins. You might be bridging over more capital to trade even more. So the SOL activity is very much also correlated with the SOL price, at least in theory over the long term. Have a look at this. This is the Solana decentralized exchange volumes measured in US dollars. And again, since middle of October, we are going up and we are pretty much growing exponentially. Orca and Radium are the main decentralized exchanges on Solana, and they are growing the most. Here's another chart. This is the US dollar liquidity on decentralized exchanges. So the capital that's locked up in those trading pools that generate the fees. Also pretty much exploding. There is a shift in terms of liquidity market share. Radium is getting quite a bit recently. It's outgrowing the rest. And when it comes to trading volume, it's not that different of a picture. Now we see an increase in the capital. We see an increase in the trading activity. But do we also see an increase in the numbers of users? As in, are more people getting into this, or is this the existing people simply trading more, getting more active? Here is the Solana decentralized exchange traders by bucket. And this is also increasing, But my impression is that the trading volume is even increasing more. So yes, the number of users is growing and the people that are already in tend to trade more and more. Now for the price, we also want to see the supply, right? We've already talked about the supply in terms of inflation, but there's a counter effect to this, which is staking, right? You might be staking your Solana, you might be locking up your Solana to get the rewards. When the number of staked Solana is increasing, that means that the circulating supply, the actively circulating supply is shrinking, potentially pushing up the price. Here's the number of staked Solana on liquid staking protocols. And yes, this is going up. This is positive. That's what's also supporting the price. Now, where are we in this overall trend? Everything seems to be bullish, momentum seems to be good, but what about relative valuations to, for example, Ethereum, or let's say to the entire crypto market? Let's compare the prior bull market to the current bull market, because we already know that measured in US dollars, the prior bull market was way higher. Measured in Solana, that's also true. And so we should be expecting something similar for relative valuations, right? Let's say for the Solana dominance, as in how much of all of crypto is in SOL. We should also expect something similar for the relative variation of SOL, maybe to ETH. But in practice, that's actually not what we are seeing. This is the Solana dominance, and that's already at all-time highs. So the capital that's locked up on chain is not at all-time highs. Solana as a fraction of all of crypto is though. So buying Solana now is a bet that SOL will become a more and more important part of all of crypto, and that it should be more than just 3.4, 3.5% of the entire crypto ecospace. Here is SOL relative to Ethereum, same thing. We've got quite a few resistances. We are very close to historical all-time highs. And so again, the bet here is when buying SOL that the meme coin trading will accelerate even more, or that maybe new use cases will be found for SOL. Maybe DeFi, maybe crypto gaming, maybe something else. Now here is a potential alternative to Solana, because so far I only showed you the top 10 blockchains, right? I didn't show you the total value locked of the top 11 blockchains. And that's actually where something very interesting is happening. Have a look at this. Solana grew by 86% in the last month. What also grew very similarly is the base chain. It grew by 88%. And the total value locked is way lower, right? Base has only 755 million locked. Solana has 4,108 million locked. And so that's then how that looks over time. A lot of acceleration, especially in the last days. Now here's the issue with Base. Base doesn't have its own proprietary token. You simply pay gas with Ethereum. So we have to buy something else, right? We can't just buy the Base token. We have to bet on this blockchain differently. One way to bet on the Base adoption is to simply bet on the main native applications. And there is a decentralized exchange that's owning everything. That's Aerodrome. And here we see an increase of 180%. I talked about Aerodrome before on this channel. Feel free to check out that video. Simply search for this. Have a look at the total value locked of Aerodrome. It's doing very well recently. And why do I mention Base in a Solana video? Because the use case is very similar. Here are the top tokens traded on Base, and a lot of this is meme coins as well. And the growth potential for the Base chain might be larger. The total value locked is lower, but also everybody with a MetaMask wallet can use it. So everybody that comes from Ethereum that doesn't want to pay $30, $40 gas fees for a single swap, they might be moving to Base. People that use Coinbase also have an easy time moving to Base. And so I believe that is where we are headed in the next weeks. You can simply buy Aerodrome and bet on this meme coin trading to accelerate. Or alternatively, you can also participate in the meme coin trading itself. I will be covering a lot of meme coins on this channel as well. If you want to see those videos, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like will be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. There's also a free Telegram. Link is down below.